Good afternoon. So it is 85 degrees right now. We're approaching the middle of February. Forecast is scheduled to be in the mid 30s next week for 2 or 3 days. Only in the Central Valley will you go straight from summer, skipping fall into winter, from winter, skipping spring into summer. Central Valley. So with that being the case, how do mangoes do against our winter? And for the most part, they actually do fine. To date, I have yet to lose a mango to the cold. That's not to say I haven't lost any mango. I've lost a number of mangoes. However, it is not to the cold. So wanted to kind of show you some of the mangoes that we have here, that I have here, that perform admirably against the cold, and more importantly the summer. So first of all, I wanted to tell you it is my recommendation, if you want to start off with a mango in the ground, that would be the Manila here. This guy out here. So the cool thing about the Manila mangoes is it is, number one, the world's sweetest mango variety, and they are quite tolerant of our soil. So just big emphasis on soil. The biggest challenge with growing mangoes in our climate really is the soil. It's really not the cold or the heat, but it's really the soil. Most mango trees need a particular type of soil that is just super well draining at the right level of pH. But once you get the soil corrected, they generally do fine. But again though, the Manila variety is the kind that is quite tolerant of our clay soil. So this particular tree has been in the ground going three years now. It did fruit. It's approaching a good, I would guess this to be, well, the pergola is about 12 feet tall, so I'm guessing that's about maybe 10 feet or so. So yeah, Manila mango here. I've got another Manila here. So this particular Manila was enclosed in this greenhouse that I had here, along with basically everything you see here. The big difference, well, not a big difference, but I wanted to show you the differences between a sheltered mango versus one that's left in the open and exposed to the elements. So as you could see, the one that's exposed to the elements, you see some minor damages here and there. However, that's not an issue, just because I do see new growth coming out to replace the damaged leaves here. So essentially all these would be all replaced with brand new foliage. However, the one that is sheltered, most of the foliage is looking awesome. There are some damages to some leaves, but for the most part, it's fine. So that's what you get when it comes to if you want to protect a mango or not. But the ones that are protected through winter, they visually do look a lot better. But again, even the ones that are exposed to element, they will heal up and new leaves come out to replace them. I actually, for most of my in-ground mangoes, I don't protect them at all. I do want them to go through the stress of encountering our winter. So in the ground, I've got several mango varieties here. For the most part, just because I am absolutely out of space, and also just bearing in mind the soil specific soil type that the mango trees need. I've got a lot of them in containers, so that way I can kind of control the growing medium and make adjustments if I see some stresses with the mango. but most of my mangoes in the containers are doing phenomenal. So this guy is a Pickling Mango, doing awesome. This one is an Alfonso. The thing with Alfonso is it's one of the tastier mangoes. I mean, I know taste is subjective, but the Alfonso is one of the better tasting mangoes. So another Manila here, a young one here. So this cool tall mango here is a Lancetilla. Produces one of the biggest mangoes. So Lancetilla here, I like to refer to the Lancetilla as being the Godzilla of mangoes. So this particular mango here is a Malika mango, native to India. This mango here is a Nam Dok Mai, native to Thailand. This particular mango here is the more common one that you would see in the store. This is a Tamiakan, very, very heavy producer. And then this mango back here with the smaller leaves is a Floragon mango. So I've got a few mangoes in the ground here, just because, again, I've had great successes with the Manila varieties. I just have a bunch of them all over the place. This is one of the newer Manila that I put in the ground just late last year, and so this is relatively unprotected. I mean, there's really not a lot of microclimate happening. So this is what happens to the young foliage. I mean, this obviously is winter damage. But again, I mean, if you look at the old mature foliage, it's not an issue. It's just the young tender leaves that get burnt and get frostburnt. However, again, just it's going to heal itself. So this really is not going to be an issue. Got another Manila here. Also, really identical situation as the one right over there. I mean, there's really not a whole lot of microclimate over here, so that explains the leaf damage here. However, the tree itself is looking great. So my strategy on the in-ground mangoes is just based on the fact that the Manila rootstocks are so phenomenally acclimated to our region. I'm actually going to be grafting the different varieties onto it. So different scions from the other varieties that I have onto the rootstock of the Manila. So trying to make a kind of a Frankenstein tree here. So actually I wanted to go back here and I wanted to show you the cool thing about just the Manila mango in general is, oh, you know what, I forgot. There is actually one mango that I had forgotten to mention to you. It'd be this guy right here. This mango is, I don't know if you can see it from that angle, but this mango is a Keo Savoy, another mango that's native to Thailand. Keo Savoy, it's a mango that is quite crunchy, and you eat it green, but it's very, very, it smells really, really good. So just going back to the Manila, just really quick. See this Nam Dok Mai mango here? The rootstock is actually a Manila, and then the nursery they did graft a scion of a Nam Dok Mai onto it. So in theory, I can easily put this guy in the ground and it should do okay. So if you, as you've noticed, most of my mangoes are in larger containers, and that is because I did have to make adjustments to the soil. So this is what happens if you don't make any adjustments to your soil, including the soil, the soil that well, not the soil, but the growing medium that the tree came in. Let me show you what I mean by that. What you see here, sad looking guy here, he's very much alive, just very sad looking. He is a Julie mango. This actually is not cold damage. I noticed that this particular tree went downhill late last summer, and this is actually the container that this particular tree came in. So I just had not had a chance to change the soil at all. So even at the nursery, I mean, this is the soil that the nurseries, the wholesalers, put this tree in, and it just was not liking the growing medium. So what I'm going to do in order to hopefully save this particular tree is I'm going to have to basically replace the soil with a mixture that I have, which in my opinion, I feel is better for the mangoes. So specific to this particular tree, the process that I would go about is I'm going to take about a third of the soil out gently, and then put my own mixture in there, wait a few months, take another third out, put my own soil in there, and repeat the cycle until I get the whole container filled with my soil. The reason why you want to do it in stages is because the tree is going to go in shock if you replace the soil all at once. I mean, again, mango trees are quite sensitive when it comes to the soil. So just a cool thing with mangoes. Mango trees, they do germinate quite easily from seed. So for example, like this guy right here, germinated from seed. This is actually a Taiwanese mango. To my knowledge, I'm not aware of any nurseries that sells grafted Taiwanese mangoes. So in those cases, I just have no choice but to just germinate them from seed, from a fresh mango fruit. So yeah, once germinated from seed, I mean, in theory, I should be able to put this guy in the ground, and it should acclimate to our climate quite easily when compared to a grafted tree, that is. So here's actually several examples that I've got for you. This is a Kent mango, germinated from seed, going about 2 years old. I mean, no damage at all against the summer, well, against our winter. So it's looking great, yeah. As with most tropicals, if you germinate them from seed, put them in our clay soil, you really don't have to amend the soil at all. You just plug them in the ground, and they for the most part will do phenomenally great for you. I mean, another Kent mango here, also going 2 years old. As you can see, no damage at all from the elements. So the only downside, though, I should mention, germinating the mangoes from seeds, is mangoes come in two types. It's either be true to seed or not true to seed. The mangoes that are true to seed are what's known as polyembryonic mangoes. However, the other varieties that are not true to seed, in the sense that they're not, the fruits produced are not going to taste like the parent tree. They might be worse, or they might be way better than the parent tree, but essentially you don't know what you're getting, and that would be the monoembryonic type of mangoes. Which is why, for the most part, when you go to a nursery, you're probably going to get a grafted variety. So that's mango for you. I mean, I've got a few examples in the front that I want to share with you. Front yard. So we got a few more mangoes here that I wanted to show you. I wanted to give you kind of an update back here, actually. This is the mango that we I planted in November. Went through winter fine. I mean, there are, some damage here and there, but for the most part, it's doing great. So he's also another Manila. The mango that's right in front of him is a Coriander Mango. Both of these are fairly compact size, so that's why I've got them next to each other. That other mango that was grown from seed, he is a Keith mango. So yeah, I mean, again, once you grow it from seed, I mean, they acclimate very well to our climate. So no damage at all that I'm able to see from the frost. Got a few more. Kent mango. Also, if you notice the young leaves, I mean, really it's only the young leaves that are impacted by the frost. Otherwise, the mature leaves, these are hardened. I mean, this guy should be fine. Last mango here. This is a mango that really has no microclimate at all whatsoever. Another Manila mango. This is what happens. I want to say this was also planted last year. But yeah, I mean, this guy's gonna make it without any difficulties. So anyhow, yeah, that's really mango for you. With most of the mangoes, again, just with most of the mangoes that I have in the ground, my plan is really to just graft the heck out of these guys and graft the different varieties onto each of the branches just to kind of see what we get. But yeah, that is mango. They're quite tolerant of our winter. Summer, they can appreciate some shade, but for the most part, once in the ground a year or two, they're generally fine. I mean, they can take full day sun. It is, again, going to be the soil that is going to be the most challenging part for most individuals when putting a mango in the ground. So anyhow, yeah, I mean, if you can get the soil corrected, they're generally fine. So anyhow, that's mango for you. All right, have a good afternoon.